Hey, it's Lori Alvarez. But we have some new mandates right now when we're selling houses and when people come in to look at our properties. So I thought I'd share them live and on the scene so that you could see we're diligently working hard. See, this isn't new, right? We have to wear these masks, but we're diligently, you don't have to wear the fancy one that I have on, like this almighty colorful one, but you do want to wear a mask when you're out looking at properties. And then keep your 6-foot distance. So let me show you what we got here. When we have a showing, we only allow one family in at a time, right? So that's all that is allowed when we have a showing. So as we walk in, you're going to see right here is the new posted mandates. Can you see those okay? Yeah, there they are. Those are the new posted mandates. Right, very much reminds me of when we had bank-owned properties and we had to sell a bank-owned property. They had all these mandates on the walls too when you walked into those properties. So these mandates all say all visitors to the property must abide by the following rules. 1, wear a protective face covering. 2, wash your hands with soap and sanitizer, right? And then, and of course, water, right? And then practice social distancing by keeping at least 6 feet between yourself and others. And then, of course, avoid touching the knobs, faucets, toilets, and toilet handles, counter lights, and switches, and other such items. So we just tell our sellers the lights are going to be on the entire time. There's showings for the day. So you're going to have to turn those lights off when you come home, right? Before we used to ask the agent who showed the property, like, please turn the lights off. Now we're like, just leave them on for the health and safety of everyone involved. We'll turn them on and we'll turn them off. And we ask that when you're looking at properties, you just don't touch anything, right? Just to keep everyone healthy and safe. And then, of course, after viewing, you need to discard any of the disposable gloves, face coverings, or shoe coverings worn during the visit. That means taking it with you. Throwing it away when you're gone, not leaving it at the property, okay? And then, of course, our big one is if you're currently afflicted with or within the last 14 days have been in contact with someone afflicted with COVID-19 or have any symptoms such as fever, cough, or difficulty of breathing, please do not enter the property. Please do not, right? Then the second document, right, we have 2 of them. There they are. We have 2 of them that we have to post at all our properties now. The second document says all persons entering this property agree to these posted rules, right? Prior to entering the property, you must have already signed the coronavirus property entry advisory and declaration form, which your realtor will provide you. And everyone that's an adult is supposed to sign that prior to coming into the property, okay? And let's see, what else do we have? And it has to be delivered to the listing agent prior to the showing. The PED form is available, an agreement that you will take all reasonable and necessary precautions to protect yourself and others from the spread of COVID-19. That's so that we can all stay healthy and safe during this time, because families do need to move during this time. So we want to make sure that we do it in the healthiest and safest manner, right? So when you sign this document and provide it, it means that you agree to the following. You're washing your hands with soap and water and using hand sanitizer immediately upon entry and before touring or inspecting the property. And you're wearing a protective face covering, right? And then, of course, you're practicing that social distancing and at least 6 feet between yourself and others and not gathering in groups. We're asking for not a lot of people to be present during the showings, only the necessary people to be there. And we really ask that kids stay at home at this time for their own safety, right? And then you avoid touching those surfaces or items in the property. All persons on property for in-person showing should avoid touching knobs, faucets, toilets, and toilet handles, light switches, garage door openers, buttons, handles, and pulls, sashes and coverings, counters, door and cabinet handles, sinks, and other such items. If you believe it's necessary to touch something, I tell my clients when I'm out, don't touch it. Just tell me and I'll open it. And I've got disinfectant wipes with me while I'm there so that I can wipe it down after I'm touching and opening for my clients. That's all I tell them. When we're out, I was out showing properties yesterday and I just said, do you want me to open? What do you need? Anything you need, I'll open up for you, right? Just keeps everyone safe, and then they feel better too when they're out previewing these great homes and deciding which one is a good fit for them, right? And then of course, taking that stuff with you and keeping yourself safe and throwing and disposing of it in an appropriate manner, right? You will exercise care to protect yourself and assess your own risks by considering your age, underlying health conditions, recent travel, possible exposure to COVID-19, doctor's recommendations, and local, state, and federal recommendations. You agree and understand that it's your responsibility to evaluate the risks and protect yourself, right? For the safety of all, you represent that to the best of your knowledge, you're not currently afflicted with COVID-19, and right, that you're aware that it is a stay-at-home order, right? And you're not experiencing a fever or respiratory illness such as a cough, shortness of breath, or difficulty breathing or other COVID-19 symptoms. You understand that the persons may be afflicted with COVID-19 and that you not exhibit symptoms and not be aware that they're afflicted and may not voluntarily agree to disclose their condition. And you will inform the broker if you sign that document and then have challenges after, or your health condition changes, because then we have to notify the people that were in that property with you that day, right? And so you will inform us and keep us involved. That's why we need to have your contact information, more importantly now for those health and safety reasons, right? So this notice is to be posted in the properties and to be complied with. And when you see it and you walk into a property, you need to be aware of those circumstances. You need to be sure you're keeping yourself health and safety and being responsible so that you can also keep the homeowners who are selling their house health and safety as well, right? That's all it is. It's just a matter of making sure that everyone stays healthy during this process. We're doing our absolute best as essential service representatives to make sure everyone does stay healthy and safe. That's our number one concern, right? And then of course, getting you moved in a timely fashion.